So having imported the car table, we can now look at importing the learner table. Here's the data. We can see the field names at the top and then the data underneath. This is about the learners. We also have our database design that we did as part of the data dictionary, where we've got the learner fields listed here. So we need to import the data again. So if we go to external data, make sure we choose the import option, text file. Let's browse and find it. There's learner. First of all, that's right, that's going to be doing a delimited with a comma separating it. Don't forget first row contains field names. We don't need to do anything with the data types yet. We do need a primary key. Learner is a sensible name. So now we have our table. Let's have a look at that. All the data is there, that's brilliant. Go back home up here and go to design view. First of all, we'll change this to learner ID. And then we don't have a space in there. And then we'll have a look at the rest of our data. Now, if we look at the names, we can see here that the names are first name and surname. Now that is not atomic data, so we need to turn that into atomic data. The same with the address. Okay, that needs to be separated into atomic data. So let's go back to our design view, and we need to add in some extra fields here. So I'm going to insert a row and another one. And I'm going to have forename, and we'll have that about 20. And we'll have surname, which we'll also have at about 20. Now there's different ways you can do this. Address, we're going to break this up into address 1, and these typically about 40 for each one. And we'll do another one of address 2. You can do street name, district, town. It's up to you how you decide to do it. I'm going to do like this because they're not always districts and not always towns, so it's difficult to know what's going to be what. And of course we mustn't forget the postcode, which is 8 characters. It's always 8 characters. Our gender we know is only going to be male or female, so that's only going to be 1 character. We've then got telephone, mobile number and license number, so let's have a look at that data. In fact, while we're looking at that data, we must remember that we should be setting everything up according to our database design. Okay, so we must remember to do that and follow those rules. But let's have a look at why we chose 14 for the telephone number. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, including the space, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, 12 characters possibly is enough. Going for 14 is safe. The license number is very precise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So that's why we chose 16 characters. So let's change our design of these. So our license number is going to be 16. Our mobile number was going to be, if we have a look here, 14. And the same with our telephone number. Now at this stage, looking at my design, I only had address 1, address 2, postcode. So let's get rid of address 3 because we don't need that. Now comes the annoying bit, because you've just got to spend quite a bit of time transferring data across. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this forename field over next to the name. I'm going to do the same with the surname field. Okay, so I click once and then click and drag. And then I'm afraid it's going to be quite a lot of cutting and pasting. So Wendy, you can paste in there. Carol Ann, and we don't want that extra space. We can paste in there. I'll just do one more. I'm not going to do all of them on video because you don't really want to keep watching that. You can see it can be a bit tricky getting the exact data. If you want to, if you're fairly clever, you can do this before you import it into the database, and you could use a spreadsheet that will find the space. Then it's found the space, it will then count how long that is. It will then take the data from the left hand side of it up to the, but not including the space, put that into a field using the left and the length, and also you'll need the right functions. But if you think, what on earth's going on about at this stage, don't worry about it. Just do the cut and paste. So we'll move address over next to the address as well. Okay, so we've got address 1, address 2, and postcode. We'll just do one of these, and then I'll leave you to do the rest. And then that will be the learner table finished. So we'll do postcode, take that out. Now remember, as we take everything out, we won't need the spaces. So I'll take out York, put that in there. Take out this part of the address, put that in there. Now I'm afraid when it comes to real coursework, you've actually got to make all this data up, so it's even worse than trying to put it into separate fields. Okay, I'll just save the table, and that is the learner table finished.